Yeah, when you hear the name Abraham Grades, you always hear it is working. Yes, it's a trademark, it's a slogan that I have, but what is really working? Just like my name, the next big thing people ask me a question about, particularly maybe I'm sending an email, I'm texting, and I say it is working. The next word I often hear is what is working? For me, everything is working. Now, what does that mean really? This is something that works for me. This is the way my energy connects with my creator. I say it with my mouth, I believe it in my heart. No matter what I'm going through, it is working. But what is really working? Now, in my favorite book, the apostle was speaking and he said, all things work together for the good of them. But before he got there, in the other book, it was talking about, it said, for it is God that is at work in you. And then I pick it, so concerning my life, God is at work. Then there is a bigger understanding that make me actually know that the work of God is actually finished. It's called finish. It's the principle of the finished work. Maybe one day I'll do a whole blueprint course on the finished work. But the finished work means that God does not need to do any more work concerning you. You already created, I put that already in my 4 outcomes of destiny. Everything about you was already put into the features that entered into your mother's womb. You only grow into your destiny. There's nothing more God needs to do. So if his work is done, but the apostle was speaking in verse 12 of the same chapter, Philippians 2, and he said, I beseech you, I'm encouraging you that as you have always done, not only in my presence, but in my absence also, work out your own salvation, work out your own life, work out your own outcomes, work out your own destiny with fear and trembling. You see, here, most of us, we are comfortable with love, with peace, with serenity, but what we're not comfortable with is the fear, dealing with, working hard, paying whatever price that needs to be paid, for you or for us to become who we need to be. So there is a price to pay. There's a work to do. So I put the formula this way. If he is working, or if he has worked, and then I am busy working, developing myself, educating myself, improving my skills, pruning myself to become a better version, creating the business, is working as hard. If he's finished his work, and then I'm working into what he has worked already, then the other scripture then becomes fulfillable, which is all things work together. So that is where you get the formula. So if God is at work and I'm working, then it is working. So if you learn the principle of it is working, you realize that no matter what you're going through now, it may not be palatable, it may not be wonderful, you may not like that situation or circumstances, but the real truth is that it's actually working together for you to get into what is already programmed for your life. So some of the bad stuff in your life, calm down, it is working. So when things are not the way you want it to go, calm down, it is working. It is working. So when things are also rosy, guess what? It is working. It is working. It's not just a past tense. Some people will tell me it has worked. It worked. No, it is a present continuous tense. You keep saying it when it is fine, when it's not fine. It is working. And guess what? For me, everything always end up working for my good. For that reason, I learned that to you today. You can also take it, imbibe it into your system. It is working. Can I hear the people at the camera also say with me? It is working.
It is working.
Yeah, it is working.